How's it going, YouTube? DM Tombstone Belts back here again with a brand new video. And today, like I said, I promised you guys I was mostly going to do a how-to series again. Mostly because the first how-to series, some majority of you probably didn't get it because I don't know for what reason. But guys, I'm going to basically do a version 2 of this how-to series. This is basically I'm going to try to make this as clear as possible to even those that sometimes they say may not care, basically may speak English, or speak English that well. But beside all that, guys, I'm clearly going to do it step by step. Do this in parts because don't know how long this camera will do. And basically, I can't, and two, I don't want to only going to do it bit by bit because majority of my materials aren't here right now. So you may get certain parts today, tomorrow, or sometime. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to do this bit by bit. So this is part 1. And basically this is about getting the templates. You're going to need templates for the plates. Plates are probably going to be in the next part. But in the meantime, I'm going to set the camera up. Okay. And most of what you're going to need for this is paper, a ruler, sometimes, and as well you're going to need a pencil. I don't have one ready because I pretty much have all this. Alright guys, just like you know, some of these parts I may be doing right now, or I might just have it preset. So, stay with me. But in the meantime, it's time we draw out our stencils, our paper templates. Like I say, guys, what you need, you get your paper, and you do it with I got 8.5 by 11, but sometimes you may have thicker and bigger paper. This is all I got. You always want to have a stencil. For any bell maker, you always want, or if you make anything, you always make sure the fact that you got somewhat of a stencil, so you can make it, if you want to make it again, you got it ready to go. And usually for the side, and usually for the main plate, I always do it with a cut as a semi plate, or like basically a half of the actual plate. Because this is 8.5 by 11, I can't get the full plate on there. But like I say, guys, you got to get the definitive measurements. Like I said, various belts, you go anywhere between 9 inches and 11 inches on the ruler. Well, you go anywhere between, can't see with the light. But anyway, guys, like I said, it varies from 9 to 11. Usually it's about accurate size to a replica belt, to a real belt. But like for the ECW like for me, we're doing the ECW Championship. Yeah, guys, like I said, mostly if I'm going to do this how-to series, I'm going to do it by making the ECW Championship. But then again, you can make any belt you want. I'm just going to give you brief steps on how you do it. Like the main plate is 9.5 inches in height. Then the width of the main plate is 10 3/4 inches in width. But since it's a half of the actual plate, it'll be 5 3/8 inches in width. And you do that. You basically trace out that box. I mean, you cut out the box or basically you draw the box on the paper. Then if you got a plate like of the replica belt you want to make, usually it's better to trace that. But if you don't have that belt or you don't own belts, it's best bet you freestyle it. Or because basically you can make any. I'm trying to say that this how-to series, it's not just about specifically making one belt. You can make any belt you want. Just like I said, most of the main plate, you can mostly freestyle it if you don't have it. then you would end up with a half a plate like this. This is half of the ECW plate. So then when you put this on the material used to make the plate itself, you trace on one half, then you can, most of you would tape it on this edge, and you'll flip it over. There you go, you got your other half. Then you'll get a whole plate. You always want to save the templates, guys. Like I said, those always may come in later. And for the side plates, that's a lot different because they can vary in size between usually like anywhere from maybe 4 inches to 6 inches or anywhere there, because side plate, all you know is the fact that side plates are probably going to be a lot smaller than the main plate. Just know that. So, in the case if there are more than just the first primary side plate, if there's a secondary side plate, just know the secondary side plate usually could be the same size, or usually it'd be smaller than the first set of plates. Like you can see, for the WWE Championship, it always goes from big to smaller. But then again, if it's a custom belt or if it's a certain type of belt, it can be any size you want. I mean, if it's a custom belt, it can be anything you want. Just knowing the fact, I may prefer the fact that the side plates are going to be smaller than the main plate. Or maybe you like to do it that way. By all means. But my side plates, the first set of side plates, or primary side plates, whatever, the height of it will be 4 1/4 inches in height, and from the narrowest point and the widest point of the side plate, it'll be about 3 inches in width. But since this is a half template, but I'm gonna cut out the full templates just to let you guys know what I do. But this is literally about 3 inches in width, and the secondary side plates are about 4 inches in height, and about 2 3/4 inches in width. But with the half template, it's 1 3/8 inches. But I already have the plates drawn, the templates drawn out. So you draw out your templates there on the paper. Then just get your scissors and cut them out. Make sure that you cut on the line, or at least within the line. You don't want to cut inside the area of the plate, or else, just try to get close to the line as possible without cutting on the other side, without messing up your trace area. I don't know how to speak, guys. Yeah, guys, I just got up after a long day of work last night, and I just decided, hey, maybe I should wake up and do this how-to video and show you guys exactly what I do every time when I gotta make a belt. In the meantime, guys, if you're liking this video, don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm almost to 100 subscribers, so guys, try to get me to 100. I'll do something special. I believe I already know what I'm going to be doing with it, so keep in mind, guys, I'm going to do something special for you, the fans that get me to 100 subscribers before 2019. Okay, first template out. And I'm already about to exceed the 10-minute mark, so like I said, guys, I don't do much, but But I'm doing this to the fans that enjoy my belts, so like I said, make sure you cut within the lines of the plate. Don't want to add too much access over the line or too much past the line. Or else you're going to get funky looking side plates that don't match up to the actual plate that you see on TV or on the replicas. I mean, for me, wise, I should think about speeding this up, but then again, for time wise, but then again, to make sure I do this precisely, I shouldn't try to do this as much as possible. I'm going to try to do it as fast as possible because you can mess up. But you guys, you can take your time with this. Just make sure you cut the templates out. Again, for the side plates, the exact same as the main plate. You mostly can trace them out if you get the side plates, which is always better. But if you don't have the belt, you always freestyle these the side plates out. And here we go. This is the first side plate, and these are the second. In fact, the next thing to do. Sorry guys, here's my little table. Now what you would do, move this out of the way. Basically, I mostly would write these on these templates. Like here, you'll say ECW main plate. Like ECW main plate. ECW primary side plate. And ECW secondary side plate. Okay, now with that, the next thing you'll do is basically trace them out on the styrofoam board. I've had this for a while, used this. Okay, next thing you do, I already got it set up already for the center. Whoops, shit. The center plate I already got traced out. Like I said, majority of my series of videos, I would already have the stuff set up. But I'm not going to cut out the plates right now because too much time on my hands. But usually I'm just going to do one more trace on this. You will take your template, put it on there, and trace it around it. First I'll do the ECW main plate. You draw the 1/2. Make sure to hold the template down when you do this tracing. You always want to draw for the main plate and the side plates, I'm going to draw double of them. Basically, you're going to have double the plates because I never have a single plated belt, or at least homemade belt, because on the other side, I'll be putting screws in, and you don't want those popping on the other side, so you're always going to put a secondary. So that's why you always have two. You want to have a double thickness of it to cover up those bolts. Now that I've drawn the 1/2 down, now you do is flip the plate over. If you had it taped down, but I don't have mine taped down, flip it on the other side, try to match it up. as accurate as possible. So and trace the other half. And there we go. There's your main plate. Now let's go for the primary side plate. I'm only going to draw down on here once and then probably end the video. But in the meantime, guys, I'll tell you, you got to draw for the side plates. So in fact, you're going to draw at least, I mean, depending if you want the thickness of the plate, you may have to draw these numerous times. Like the main plate, like for me, I usually always go these double thickness on each of a certain belt. I think the thickness I had was at least the United States spinner and the WWE spinner, obviously. WWE spinner was at least 3 to 4 layers of cardboard because of the spinner. The least is mostly every other belt with 2 layers at least 2 to 3 layers. This one I'm going to do 2 layers. But for the side plates, since the fact there's 2 of them, basically I have to draw the exact same one, like exact same. You gotta draw the template, like basically you gotta draw out the plate 4 times. 2 for the main part of the belt, and 2, and the second one be like the one you put on top or the primary or a relief, I would say. Basically, it's a relief plate that goes over the main plate that's going to be attached to the strap of the belt. Also, make sure when you draw the template, make sure you guys if you got a steady arm, because you don't want to slip up on the plate and all that. I mean, you don't want this thing to slide around on the board, and then it'll just and make your whole day a mess. But you draw it 4 times, which I'm not going to do in the sake of this video because we're nearly going to hit the 20-minute mark, but I mean, most of you may enjoy the fact and maybe following along at home. Okay. Well, guys, I'm going to draw the secondary side plate off camera. But in the meantime, you get my picture. Basically, you would draw the side plates 4 times, 2 for basically the main for each side. And usually you may mark them out like you mark R for right and L for left. Of course, you can write on this part, but because when you cut these out, you're just going to cover up with duct tape, and we'll get to that soon. But this one, you don't know. You already know it's the center. But then again, then you would take your secondary side plate, do it again 4 times, mark it out, R for right, L for left. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for part 1, basically doing the templates and drawing out your plates. Part 2 would be cutting them out and then layering the tape on them. So don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. Also leave your comments below what you guys think. Also for other belt suggestions. Anyway, guys, the DM Tombstone Belts. I'll see you guys in the next video.